Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Plague Inc. Evolved Custom Scenarios. Got a request for a scenario called When Disasters Strike, there it is, by Bent. The Earth itself is full of intense dangers such as tsunamis, tornadoes, volcanoes, etc. So many dumb ways to die. They have the power to wipe humanity clean off of the map. You control the force of nature. Tired of humans ruining the Earth? Your self-assigned task is to make use of these natural disasters to make humans extinct. But be warned, the humans will fight back and attempt to make a weather machine. So they want to control the weather. Got it. Huh. So another scenario of the Earth trying to punish the humans. Let's hope this one goes better than the last one. It is a bioweapon type, which I don't get to do very often, so that's fun. Metabolic Jump, a Genetic Mimic, Aquacyte, Shemophile, and Symptostasis should be fine. Nature's Wrath, Mother's Anger. You are Mother Nature. Your goal is to eliminate humanity using natural disasters. You will have access to all weather types, but you'll have to adapt them to actually get the disasters. This particular author really likes using commas and not periods to create new sentences, but that's okay. You know, sometimes I feel like I haven't been enough of a grammar Nazi lately. This is something that people came to know me for. At the same time, I kind of decided to tone it down a little bit because I didn't like that people were so darn intense about their grammar, and they were really worried that I was going to be upset about it, which I'm not. So I kind of cooled it down, and then I was like, but you know what? It was fun. It was fun making fun of it back in the day. Whatever. Point is, let's look at the transmissions. Heat. Natural disasters related to the heat we use to warm up. Water, related to the water we drink. Wind, the wind that blows across our faces. Soil, the ground we walk on. And cold, the cold we use to cool off. All right, so 5 natural elements, I guess, and we start with, don't check here. This section is never used. Everything is in the abilities section. Really? Alrighty, abilities then. We have a bunch of different things here. We've got a blizzard, so it's slightly lethal. Any humans caught in one freeze to death. I wonder if that unlocks, like, new transmission types? Maybe. Tremors. Humans digging has caused tremors to pop up. While not lethal, it is very noticeable. The upside is it unlocks more disasters. Storms. Raging across the globe. It is only the beginning of more devastating disasters. Not lethal. Oil spillage. Human actions have caused an oil spillage, angering aquatic life. And Aquaman, causing more aquatic animal attacks. Slightly lethal. And then finally we have a wildfire. Fires have gone up in lush forest areas, burning everything in their path. It is indeed lethal. Dormancy, you lie in wait for the right time to strike. You get 3 chances to do this. After that, your wrath cannot be contained. You spread to 3 different countries as well. What do you suppose this means? You lie in wait for the right time. You get 3 chances. If this was something that reduced... Okay, hang on. So this probably reduces the lethality ramp-up of the bioweapon, yes? That would be my guess, and that's usually what you want to prioritize as said bioweapon. Increased air activity for air transmission, oceanic activity for sea transmission, and land activity for land transmission, all of which are probably pretty good. We are going to go for some storms. That unlocks the tornado. The heat differences in the sky and the raging storms are causing tornadoes to appear, ripping apart anything in their paths, and no new transmissions. Interesting. Okay, well, as we are getting in DNA, then yeah, we probably should just bump back the dormancy. Just occurred to me how worthless symptostasis is in this particular case. Makes me want to go back and switch over to a pathostasis, but little did I know. Ah, well, we'll be fine anyway, right? If we lose, we can always just switch again. All right, second chance, but this time there is no spreading. Okay, good to know. So I don't see a lot of really good transmission options. Instead, we are going to go for... let's say the increased air activity, so we spread a little bit faster out of Saudi Arabia and the desert countries. Then we'll go for the land activity, so we can get around to literally anywhere. We seem to be relatively effective like this. Oh, no, I missed a bubble. That's the first time that... oh, my God. That is the first time in my entire Plaguing series of many hundreds of videos that I've ever missed a bubble, I think. Ooh, that hurts my heart. I should have paused, but I didn't. All right, is there a point in doing this right now? Debatable. I'm not seeing a lot of good options here. Well, I guess we are going to go for the water transmission and dormancy 2. That leads to dormancy 3. Your rage is uncontainable after this. I'm assuming it just stops the lethality ramp up. I have no idea beyond that. Maybe a little blurb in the description explaining it a bit more would certainly be nice. But aside from that, oh well. We're going to go for the wildfire. That leads to heat wave. Heat waves have appeared throughout the world, heavily heating up everything in their way, slightly lethal due to heat stroke. Yeah, I mean, I do appreciate that the scenario is definitely picking a theme and sticking to it. The result is there's not a lot of content because you're missing out on all the transmissions and symptoms the way this author has decided to set things up. So you're kind of contained just to one tree, and you know, that's a little unfortunate, but even so, let's go for the blizzard. Below 0, the cold has become so severe that the temperatures have dropped below 0, thus causing more deaths by freezing. It is highly lethal. Yeah, lethality is not an issue in this particular scenario. We can get plenty of lethality. That's fine. But freaking getting to places like, I don't know, Greenland, that could be a little bit harder. But they haven't shut down any of the ports yet over here. Have they shut down anything? Wait, we've got almost the entire world infected with a pretty reasonable amount of lethality. They should be shutting things down, and yet they're not. What am I missing here? Note, by the way, that we're sitting on max infectivity in Greenland and almost in Norway, and neither of them are still sending boats to Greenland. What the crud? Send a boat to Greenland, gosh dang it! What? I guess this is a study right here. This is a case study of just how rare a boat to Greenland actually is. No, I'm just watching this now. I'm pretty sure that it got shut down. Did they turn off the water route to screw with you? All right, at this point, I know full well I'm about to lose. I'm just watching this because it's entertaining to me. Nothing. Not a dang thing to Greenland. All the ports are open. Nothing to Greenland. What is this? All right, so somehow that route is either broken or I am phenomenally unlucky. It's one of the two, and I have no idea which tells me I might actually have to save my dormancy just to get the spore burst in Greenland guaranteed. Wow. Seriously, what are the odds of that, statistically speaking? I have no idea. All right, let's restart. Okay, so I know for a fact that the port of Greenland isn't actually broken. I did see an uninfected boat go in there. So I know it's a thing. I think I really just got that unlucky. How insane is that? All right, so we got our dormancy, so we'll get in there automatically. I did pick up all of the tier 1 abilities. That did unlock something called head trauma. When disasters have thrown people around so much, they all develop head trauma, increasing weather machine building efforts. Basically, it is a cure reduction, which seems okay. I don't really see any point in going for dormancy 2 or 3. I don't think we have any reason not to start ramping up the lethality and get all the free kills. Let's go for a heat wave that unlocks insect swarms. The raging wildfires and the ongoing heat waves have caused insects to go feral with fear, and the swarms surrounding areas in a frantic hope for survival. Extremely lethal. Man, this author is not pulling punches when it comes to freaking lethality. It is, there's a lot of lethality to be had here. An absolute frickin' ton. All right, let's see. We do need to be careful that we don't kill too rapidly. I mean, it's fun to kill the entire world in one fell swoop, but we do need to make sure we don't actually, you know, kill all of Greenland preemptively. Okay, now I feel like we've hit critical mass. We can do something fun. Do we want to go for the insect swarms? Nah, I'd rather go down more of the weather stuff. Let's go for the earthquake. Yes, below 0 and flooding, which there's some odd gating mechanisms going on here because they unlock things not necessarily in a way that you would think is intuitive, but it happens. Brain damage. The trauma's become so severe that it sometimes becomes fatal. Increases weather machine building efforts and is slightly lethal. You call that slightly? That's pretty good. So it looks like the heat wave plus the earthquake is what unlocks the volcano, which actually does make sense. And then what was it? Flooding and below 0? No, flooding did lead to hurricane and rust and tsunami, all of which have to do with water. Okay, no, you know what? I take it back. I take back what I said. It is intuitive. It doesn't follow a straight line. It doesn't follow a path in the way you'd expect. But thematically speaking, it does make some sense. Really not much in the way of infectivity, but really we don't need it, I'm finding. So what could come out of below 0? Let's see. Maybe a hurricane plus a tsunami? Or maybe a volcano spreads so much ash in the atmosphere that it creates a new ice age. No, but we did get a meteor. The impending doom coming forth from the galaxy will cause mass extinction once it hits. Okay, apparently it's not just the planet that hates us, but the entire galaxy is sentient and thinks that humans are scum. That's what I'm taking out of this. I don't see the point in getting rust. Let's see. Intense flooding and major heat waves have caused most metals to heavily rust, rendering them useless and unfit for use. Weather machine efficiency is heavily reduced. Probably buys me a little bit more score. I think we'll just go ahead and grab the insect swarms. Oh! It's a drought! Heavy heat waves and panicking insect swarms have caused droughts, lethal due to starvation and dehydration. I don't know how the panicking insect swarms would cause a drought. I don't think that's usually how it works, but I totally can see it causing a famine. Absolutely, a famine makes plenty of sense. All right, is there anything else for me to get? No, I don't think so. We've maxed out our lethality, and yet we're not killing quite as fast as I would have expected. Still, it's a pretty fast scenario. It's clocking in at 256 days, 32% cure progress, 190,257 points. Oh my gosh, 3 stars. Yeah, I guess for a bioweapon, we did kill exceptionally fast with that one. You know what's surprising? Considering the infectivity never got very high, we did spread really rapidly, which makes me wonder if this disease is programmed to have either phenomenal environmental resistance or maybe all countries are programmed to be a bit more susceptible. One of the two. I don't really know what it is. Again, I like that this scenario stuck with the theme, and it's kind of fun. I certainly feel like the Earth had a bit more wrath in this scenario than the last scenario. The only downside I see to it is that the transmissions and symptoms are completely neutered. So you're really stuck with only 1/3 of the content that I would expect. It does what it does well, right? And it's focused, but it just doesn't have as much content to speak of, which is the only downside. Otherwise, though, I would say that it's actually not too bad. It's pretty good. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask that you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.